Now time to dive into our guest portion as we welcome you back to Sun Devil Extra. Braden Bell going alongside one of the more iconic coaches in this school's history. I think it's fair to say. He's humble, probably won't agree with it, but Zeke Jones joining us, the wrestling head coach. We dive into the wrestling season, getting things going pretty soon. Coach, how are you?
Yeah, good, Braden. Thanks for having me on. Excited. It's, the new year and, enjoying the start of a great football season, all our fall sports, and, we want to do our part in the winter.
Coach, you've been here since 2014. I know you're getting things going this season with the Maroon and Gold scrimmage, 1 p.m. on November 1st, so it's coming up just a couple weeks away. You guys have a bunch of newcomers this year, 14 of them. So what's that been like, trying to adapt in some new faces before we get going this year?
Yeah, let me tell you, first off, you're talking about almost 50% of a new roster.
Right.
And when I thought that was incredible and how many, I started to think of Coach Hill and all our other programs where some of it's 60, 70, and 80% of a new roster with these new roster, transfer portal and certainly these new deals. So you're trying to figure out the best way to navigate all our new folks. But we brought all of them in this summer really early. And we started to say, hey, what are our team values? Grit, gratitude, and brotherhood. And so we're locking arms in arms, this summer, getting all our new guys together. And it's a really good group of young guys, exciting times, and they're getting ready to go.
Grit, gratitude, brotherhood. Obviously, those are great words. You want to live by those. How did you try to institute those into, a team unit with so many new faces?
Sure. We said, you know what? We're starting with hitting the reset button with almost half a new team with a group of veterans.
Yeah.
We brought on Sandy Hatfield Club and Kyle Stark to work with our coaching staff and then our team to build this camaraderie, to build the community within our team. And we realized with all the new folks, we needed to come together and decide who we were going to be, right? Who are we going to be in this new team? And so through Sandy and Kyle, we found ourselves, and we found that the three values we were going to lead on were grit, being tough day in, day out,
Sure.
which is a sustained toughness, which is grit, right? We also talked about gratitude, the opportunity, being thankful to get to do what we do. We don't have to do this, we get to do it.
Yeah.
And then ultimately locking arm in arms with each other and going on this Sun Devil wrestling journey together.
Leadership is obviously so important, and I know we're kind of just touched on, those pillars you just found, but you have, someone we're going to be talking to in a minute, David Zuba, who came in, an experienced guy in his 5th year. How has he kind of stepped into that leadership role, even though he's new to this program?
Yeah, David has taken on a leadership role. We first off told the entire group in June, leadership can come from anywhere. Whether you've been here a day, a week, a month, or 5 years, it can come from anywhere. And David's a natural born leader. David is a person who loves the sport, who has a passion for life. David is married with 2 children.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, I've done everything once in my career, but I have not done that yet. Having a wrestler in college that's married and has 2 kids, a strong man of faith, really believes in his teammates and his community and the people that he surrounds himself with. And he has a high level of excellence. He cares about what he does. So David is a perfect fit. He came from New Jersey and really has taken on a great leadership role.
Before we get more into this team, I want to touch on something that happened. You mentioned the football game this past week in the Hall of Fame ceremony, and Ryan Bader, who was introduced into the Sun Devil Hall of Fame. Pretty cool moment. Obviously, he has a phenomenal career beyond ASU as well. But, what was that like for you as the coach of this program to see, someone who has come through this program and gone on to do great things come back and be recognized?
Yeah, Ryan Bader, is a legend here in not only the athletic department, right, or wrestling, but our university, our city, a great human being, a great guy, a tremendous fighter, right, a great fighting career, and now moving on to acting. Just, premiered in The Smashing Machine playing Mark Coleman, a very close friend and teammate of mine. And Ryan just exemplifies what we're about. He is that grit, gratitude, and brotherhood guy, right? Who really cares about the program and his family. Guy's a beast, right? He's won so many fights and but the greatest human being too. So he's been able to blend this fantastic life of wrestling, fighting, in our community, and he's just a great Sun Devil.
It was cool to see his posts after as well on social media. You could tell it meant a lot to him, obviously, being back at Mountain America Stadium on Saturday as well. We talk about great alums, and you're one of them. You look at this trophy case, you see your photo, you're also going to see Zahid Valencia, a new world champion. So there's only been 2 of them, right here and Zahid. When that happened, take me back to that moment when he was crowned world champ. What was your reaction?
Yeah, I mean, it's the ultimate of what we talk about. When you come to Arizona State, it's not a 4 or 5 year plan. It's an 8 to 10 year plan. Win NCAA titles, get your undergraduate degree, get your master's degree. God's given you the ability to be the best in the world. You become a world and Olympic champion. And when Zahid won that world title, it just felt like that goal that he had set down when we had sat in his home in high school to today. He's the best American wrestler in America today, best wrestler in the world today, and he's a Sun Devil. I want to just throw one more thing in by saying that not only is the best freestyle wrestler in America today a Sun Devil, Colton Schultz, the best American Greco-Roman wrestler in America today is a Sun Devil. So we feel really proud that the best wrestlers in the country, in the world, are coming out of ASU right now.
You know, I'm glad you kind of just brought that up, because you've got greatness out of ASU right now, but you also have a great wrestling program just in the state right now. And I wanted to ask you about this, the Southwest Wrestling Club. You know, that's a new kind of feature into the Valley that can really help that next generation, right, coming through. What you know, for fans that don't know what that is, first off, what is it about and how can that help ASU?
Yeah, I mean, you keep serving up great balls there to hit out of the park. The Southwest Wrestling Club is now going to be the extension of the Sunkist Kids Wrestling Club. So the Sunkist Kids Wrestling Club for 40 years here in the Valley helped wrestlers become the best in the world, world Olympic champions. They also help the youth, right? So from cradle to grave, Sunkist was the instrumental tool in helping our wrestlers win college titles and then world Olympic titles. Southwest is now taking that baton from Sunkist, and now Southwest Wrestling Club, led by Ken McElroy, Willie Payette, and Dave Kiley, are now taking that baton from Art Mortori, and to be able to help our wrestlers, you know, from 5 years old, learning the sport, all the way becoming the best in the world, becoming world Olympic champions. And the Southwest Wrestling Club does that by sponsorship, by helping kids with NIL deals, to RTC, our regional training center, to sponsoring athletes, to helping them travel and train and compete all over the country and the world. And so they're the backers of our athletes that want to be the best in the country and the world.
And that's huge, and obviously that's going to continue to be important over time. One more for you, Coach Jones, and I like to ask every single coach this question, but especially when they're an alum like yourself. The energy around the athletic department right now, right? It's tangible, it seems. What's it like for you, someone who's been not only a student athlete here, but now a coach here for over a decade as well, to kind of see the momentum going on at ASU right now? Well,
I'd say I got today's energy from David Zuba. He has got a ton of it. This morning at 6:30 in the morning, he was ready to go. I would say, though, you know, the history and tradition of our athletic department, you know, it tells you everything, right? From Reggie Jackson to the greatest athletes in the world today, right? To just the ones that have really competed at the highest level. Their energy is here. It's because Graham Rossini, who was actually my supervisor prior to becoming the athletic director, you know, who has been around wrestling for many, many years prior to becoming our AD, gets it. He understands that we have athletes that want to do it in the classroom, on the wrestling mat, on the field of play, and in life. We're really bringing really good people that want to learn and grow here. Nobody's perfect. We're just trying to become a better version of ourselves, and the Sun Devil Nation gives us that opportunity. Our community gives us the ability to do that.
Yeah, Valley's activated, it seems, and the wrestling program will get going pretty soon. Like we said, the Maroon and Gold scrimmage, 1 p.m. on November 1st. That's next Saturday, so not this one, the next one. Be sure to come out to DFA, watch that, and obviously the season will get going right after that. Coach, you talked about David. You got one more thing?
Yeah, I got one more just to tell you. Maroon and Gold on November 1st, and then the number 3 team ranked in America, Oklahoma State, will be coming here November 23rd. So come on out to Maroon and Gold, November 1. Then a top 3 team in the country comes here, Oklahoma State, November 23rd. Hope to see both of you there.
He's the best. He's plugging things. He's right, though. Coach, thanks a lot for coming out, man. And we got one of your studs in David Zubo when we come back on Sun Devil Extra.